nearly got by me with a muzzleloader that I thought I was shooting when I shot the four-pointer. I've seen him about 4 different times now since that day, and it's always been after dark or before daylight when I couldn't shoot. So I've nicknamed him Houdini because he's put the slip on me several different times. I saw him this morning. He almost died this morning, but it just wasn't a safe direction to shoot. But I'm in here this evening. Today's opening day arrival. I'm back on my stand. I'm in here early. He's been with a doe every time I've seen him. So I'm hoping that she'll pull him through here this evening. Every time I come in here, I notice more and more orange trees, just different buck sign. Also, that little spike I've been seeing, it was pretty funny. He come by me this morning. Wasn't really a good video light, but that deer come by me and went right down below me and stepped right out in my yard at the house. But anyway, I'll cut you back on when it gets exciting. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. It's been a great day, overcast, so I'm hoping they might move a little earlier this evening instead of just too late to shoot like they have been this week. Anyway, it ought to be a good hunt regardless. So, y'all stay tuned. just after that last deer went across, Jeremiah was on his stand, and he had this one come by, and he laid the hammer down, didn't you, bud?
Yep.
You want to tell us about it?
There's a little spot where there's some oak trees right by my stand, and I can barely see it. It's so thick. And they usually don't come on by when they go right there. They usually just ease over the ridge. And there was a spike that had horns 3 or 4 inches long that was in the exact same place, and he just walked across the ridge. And this one was in the exact same place. And I didn't want it to walk across the ridge, and I thought it was a doe. And I waited, and it was getting dark, and it stepped out where I could see its shoulder and its vitals, and I shot it.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for this one. All right, guys. I'm going to break into the video right here for just a minute and give you just a little bit of a season update. Right behind the camera, I'm going to show you in just a minute. This is Colby, and he's been up here with us this summer and this fall, and he had never killed a deer before, and he's got to going with my dad, old grandpa, and he has killed his first deer, which was a buck with spike right here on the left hand side. And was you tickled with it?
Yeah.
And then the other day he got to go back and he killed this one, another buck. What do you think about it, buddy?
That's pretty cool.
You want to tell your story?
So the first one, we were seeing them on and off all that morning, and one grunted above us, and Grandpa could see it, but I couldn't. So then we missed that one because I couldn't see it. So then there comes this one down there right in the range, so I shot it.
Heck yeah, and it just hit the ground,
Yep.
didn't it?
And then this one, we seen 2 does, and he could have shot them, but he didn't. So then, like an hour later, there comes this one, and then he grunted at it, and it was going to go the ways the does did. But then, whenever he grunted, they came down to like 15 yards probably away from my other one, this one.
Yeah.
So I killed it, but I shot it, but then it went down, but I shot it in the spine, so it was just.
Had to finish it off, didn't
Yeah.
you? That's all right, that happens. You still got him, didn't you?
Yep.
Well, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
And then one evening when y'all were hunting, or one morning y'all were hunting, you was on your way out and you seen a big buck.
Oh yeah.
But
That was the day you killed that second.
that was the day you killed that second one, wasn't it?
Yep.
But y'all couldn't get a shot at it, and then old Grandpa, go over and hold your deer and show them what you've done.
Yeah,
On our way out with his second one, and but he killed them with a 410, triple out buck. But we was on our way out to the second one, and we pulled up. We're right along the edge of a field, between where people mow and then where the brush starts, in a little brushy wooded ridge. And it's so thick, they was limbs that big around, and some big as my wrist. And I just happened to glance out of the corner of my eyes. We was driving out with his second deer, and there stood, and it might have been this same buck, less than 5 yards, and it's so thick there wasn't no way to get a shot at it. And I backed up to see if I could get a more of an opening, and it turned and went up a hill, and it wasn't moving, it wasn't going real fast, but it just too thick to get a shot. I went back in there then Monday morning, and about 7:30, this one come down the hill, and I shot him, and he made a couple bounces and ended up stood about 15 yards from where we'd gutted them other 2. But the Lord blessed us. He's been good to us, but I was tickled.
And there's that pretty buck. All right, guys, I'll catch y'all in just a few minutes. I'm getting ready to go get on the stand. I've got a doe right now. I've got a doe over here to my left right now. Seems like she's by herself, but she is in a spot where I've seen It's illegal in my state to have a pet deer in captivity, which technically they wasn't in captivity. But it's been tame enough to put a collar on, so that's crazy. That would have been hard to see in the brush. And I'm liable would have shot it if I hadn't seen it.